my dear Sagittarius. So here we have the 9 of coins in the reversed, and it's someone that it's again this with it's a floodiness, like a person is floody or want to run away or doesn't want to take responsibility, doesn't want to own up. They rather just deal with their own life and like screw the relationship is what I'm feeling here. And this is the old bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. You might have told them something like, enough is enough. Now you need to step up your game. I can't take this anymore. And the person, instead of stepping up, they are bailing out. But we saw they didn't come far. Like they end up in the hangman situation. So this is what's on your mind with the person most on your mind. This is the situation with that person. This is what's on their mind with you. This is your feelings for them, the bond between you two, their feelings for you. And this is your behaviors and attitudes, the outcome for your relationship in August, and their behaviors and attitudes. So, situation, Page of Swords. I'm actually feeling that this is you. The Queen of Swords in the reversed energy just shows maybe this is the first time you start to protest for real, or now, God damn it, you won't take it anymore. And it's you protecting yourself, you protecting your inner child, and you know, deciding that you are right. You are not going to try to cuddle with the other person anymore and, you know, stroke them the right way. Because you feel like they are treating you badly, so it's a little bit rebellion going on here. And the 5 of Swords, you think that they are kind of, you feel like they are doing the same stupid shit against you as other people have done before them, and enough is enough. So that's what I'm feeling here. You're going to defend yourself, and you're going to say no, and you're going to like protect your honor. Okay, so this is what's on their mind with you. 5 of coins in reverse. Well, I think before maybe you were a little bit nice, so you stroked them like the right way, and they avoided to feel the deep sense of not being worthy, okay? Because that's their issue, that's their hurt, that's their pain, that they feel like this monster or like an imperfect person or a screw up or the black sheep, your choice. With the 5 of coins in the reverse, 5 of swords, 5 of coins, they decide they don't want to feel like this. They feel it instantly when you said like, ugh, enough is enough. I'm so tired of this bullshit. They felt, oh God, I'm the screw up. But then they kind of turned this card around and said, I'm not going to be the screw up. So if you think I'm a screw up, I'm not going to stay. I'm not going to be with you. I'm not going to wait outside your door. I'm not going to be your puppet. I'm not going to be your little puppy, your little dog. So it's some kind of, we'll see where it goes, but it's a little bit of like an upset energy. But they're not really revolting towards your words. They're revolting towards the feeling of feeling bad. Maybe you could have chosen another way of saying this, that to make this clear, when you do that or say that, you make me feel like you are not on my side. You make me feel so abandoned. When you say those things, what do you really mean? So having a better conversation instead of, you know, collecting a lot of anger and then really like chopping the other person's head off, like what we saw with the Queen of Swords. So that made them first feel immediately like stupid, and then, no, I don't want to feel stupid, because this is probably how their maybe parents, for example, made them feel when they were small, and your parents made you feel like you needed to like forgo your own will and go with their will, or what you might have felt as a child, their BS. Okay, so it's very much the same wound, it's just different ways of coping. This is the bond between you two, and it's the Sun. So the Sun is the highest card for love, but it comes in reverse because neither of you seems to be able to honor that love. You have made each other to be the enemy, the fives. It's like conflict, battle, not being able to see eye to eye. So you haven't really been able to put... it's an ongoing process because you're starting to see the truth here, and this is like undebatable truth. So you're starting to see the truth, but the way you go about it might not be like perfect just yet, and it's all right. It can take its time, but usually humans are a little bit more impatient. We want quick result, and if you want quick result, you need to up your game, like being even more skilled at this. So instead of the Queen of Swords, the Page of Swords, we want to see the Queen of Swords, but upright instead of the shopping their head off mood. So someone that can be fair and see both sides, and be very wise in the situation, and both be harsh but also very truthful, so that the other person can see their wrongs but without feeling like such a stupid person, and saying, oh, okay, I see, yes, of course, I didn't understand before, yes, we'll do like that, fine. And then you don't have the conflict. But if we just like blow up one day, we are totally agreeable and let the other person push us around, and the next day we are doing revolution. It's normal, because when we do the first steps towards taking better care of ourselves, this is what happens. But since you are here to take guidance from the divine, there's a shortcut. If you could be able to see, like, really from an above perspective, like judgment, like at once, instead of blaming the other person and like, I finally had enough, actually start to take the necessary discussions and put the big light onto the issues and what triggers you and what triggers the other person, and work through it. But right now it's just like, to hell with it. So this is your feelings. 8 of Pentacles. So that's good. I think this is your kind of foundation setting, that you're willing to work on things and try to make it better. It's just that in this situation you lack the skills, because maybe you have been trying to be too nice or suffocate your own words to not make a scene or create a conflict. So if we can compromise and do the best we can and put really good work in, but we also need to inspire the other person to do the same. They can't be totally off the hook just because they are so touchy-feely, and it's so easy for them to feel unworthy and to get an allergic reaction and run off the scene. Okay, yeah, 3 of Wands. I'm feeling like both things here. They are ready to communicate with you, but they're also ready to run off the scene. I think there's a great connection between you two because of the Sun card here. So the person wants you, but they don't want the feeling of being the black sheep. So if you can work around this in some way, get the things you need to say to be said, like in a truthful and honest way, but without really like the blaming. So if you could take the blaming out, if we don't, we shouldn't use words like shouldn't, don't, not when we communicate with a person like this. We should try to find other ways to express ourselves, because this shouldn't, don't, not is going directly inside this person, because they have heard it so many times, probably growing up or in school, or from other relationships, and so it's an immediate trigger for this person. So try to find other ways to express yourself that is not using these words, since they seems to be triggers. It's just so the person understands that you're not against them, you just want to be better treated by them, that you want to feel safe, loved, appreciated, and you're not like at their throat trying to tell them that they are wrong. You're just like an advocate for yourself, trying to make them see your point of view, so you don't get like totally mangled in this situation. Okay, so this is your behaviors and attitudes. We have a 9 of Cups here. It's a little bit wobbly. So it shows that, yeah, you could love yourself, but it's not your first-hand choice. And you can love the other, but it's not your first-hand choice either, because then you feel you don't love yourself enough. So it's not a very steady or grown-up card when it comes in reverse like this. It shows your insecurities, that you wish to choose yourself in this matter because the other person seems to have betrayed you in some way, that you feel like there's no talking to them or they can't understand you. So you wish to choose yourself, but your real wish is to be in a relationship with this person. So you're just choosing this as a second choice, and it's very insecure, and it can be a little bit hysterical, that you will be both missing them a lot and being acting like you don't need them. So it's not a truthful reaction to how you really feel, but it's a normal reaction to how you have been treated. But if you can act a little bit more adult, I think there might be a better outcome for you here. So this person's behaviors, 9 of Swords, this isn't helpful either. It's them tormenting themselves with dark thoughts about how bad they are and how guilty they are and how everyone thinks that they are the worst person ever and how unlucky they are and bad things always happen to them and yada 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 yada. So and this is a divorcing energy. It's 9-9, so it's the Hermit, single, lonely, and it's not necessary because you have both the same wound. Neither of you are a crook, and it's kind of easily solved if everyone just calms down. Okay, and this is the outcome for August, and we see 6 of Wands, which is leadership, taking charge, being a good leader, making win-win situations, communicating in a way that everyone can understand, having social capacity to gather people around you and make them see things your way. And it kind of comes from your side to this person's side. So since they are on such a low level where they're just crawling on their belly and, you know, squeaming like a little worm like this with a hook through them, they are not in any state to take grown-up decisions. But I think they are kind of ready here. They're a little bit too stubborn for my taste with this energy here, that they are very much like my way or the highway, but they really want to have you. But they don't want to feel guilty. They already feel so guilty. So if you can communicate with them in a way that makes them realize that you are both on the same side. You are both wanting the same things, and neither want to desert the other person. Both wants to feel happy. So then you can get around this and solve this, and it would be a wonderful healing moment as well. So we'll see what this other person will say. I will come back for you. 3 here. It's like something has happened in your relationship, might have made you split apart, but this person wants to come back, but they don't want to take shit. Like then they just want the relationship again, but without talking about the stupid things in the past. Can we just draw a line over it and just start anew? I don't think that's the best approach forward, because this person will continue feeling guilty and you will continue feeling unloved. So to just draw a line or over it won't help. But you can say, I understand you don't want to dig into the old. But both of us, you need to feel more secure and loved in this situation, and I need to feel more secured and loved. So we need to be able to talk in a way that makes both of us feel more secure and loved. And so maybe that can help this person, so they will just not come back and give you an offer and then you don't agree and then they off again. Yeah, this is obvious. I don't feel worthy of love. It's their core issue here. I'm ready for commitment. So this person have gotten a scare. Being without you here isn't too pleasant. They don't want to humiliate themselves with taking more of the blame, but it's very much hurtful to be without you as well. So they are ready to step up. They are ready to make a better investment, to actually maybe be able to talk about the issue if you are ready to present it in such a way that it doesn't freak them out or like pull into their wounds or in their intestines. Okay, so I have a traumatized inner child, and it's so great that you are doing this with the Page of Swords then, because that is you kind of backing up your inner child and saying, you are right, you shouldn't have to endure this, you shouldn't need to take this kind of bullshit, no person should ever talk to you like this. So this is good. The initial thing that happened is good, that you had enough and you said no. It's just how you are talking about these things that could be a little bit more advanced. and I was never good enough for you. I think it's a mutual feeling. Someone in the past have made you feel like you are what neither of you were good enough. Like you were made feel like you were not good enough. They were made feel that they were not good enough. And now you're together, same wound, and you're triggering each other to make each other feel like you are not good enough. I'm not good enough. So it's not something that just happens. Here we say, I want to find someone new, which has connection with this, and it's you that wants to bail. You just want to find someone without complications, but you won't be able to do so as long as you have this wound. You will attract other people with the same wound. So it's actually easier to, work where you're standing instead of trying to move to a new location, and this problem will follow you. It won't go away. Wherever you go, there it will be. It's still the same wound. So you can't blame this other person for how it is. You are both responsible for this situation. Okay. So I will take from Romance Angel to see what the divine thinks about this relationship then. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And I think this is very good in this situation. It's there will be triggers in this relationship. As this person can't deal with shouldn't, don't, not. You have triggers too. You have things that immediately make you feel like you were like cooperating. You were, we would have a nice day. And then the person says something or do something that just makes you feel like, the page of swords here, and that's the red flags. It doesn't mean that this is a shitty person, you should exchange them. It means that whatever the person said triggered you. You need to find out why. Were they actually rude or inconsiderate, or were they just kind of helpful from a soul point of view with showing you where you still have pain, where you're still not healed. So let's say you have a certain trigger. It's not this should, don't, not. It's something else. It's this person, like the way they act like they don't need you, that's triggering you. So the person says something stupid about how they don't need you in a certain situation. Like they were talking about, for example, when they were traveling abroad and how much they missed United States, but they didn't miss you. So that's very hurtful, and that's pay attention to the red flags. This might go back to an issue that you have had going way back to your childhood. It can be anything, like your father and mother took a bicycle ride without you and left you at the neighbor's house. It can be as simple as that, and you felt like they need each other, but they don't need me. This person wants like the country we live in, the relatives, the friends, but don't need me. So the person is nice enough to show you where you still are hurt, so you can remember this and go back and heal your traumatized inner child. So it's not always about them being the crook. It can be them being in a perfect display drama from a divine point of view, helping you see your issues. Whenever you don't have this issue anymore, this person doesn't need to poke your wound because you don't need the healing from being poked. So simple as that. You don't have to blame the person for all the stupid things they say, because sometimes they say it just to trigger you, so you will see where you're hurting. It doesn't mean that they might not even remember that they said that, because it's so super orchestrated by the divine. And even your own projections, if you think that people are going to act in a certain way, like deeply rooted expectations, they will act in this way. It's just natural law. So you will have what you need. You will be faced with what's triggering you. So pay attention to this. Don't make a scene. Don't make a big... you can say, okay, so... that really made me feel loved. So that's okay. You can say that much, because you are not supposed to silence your inner child. And you can go on talking about other things, or but just feel into what they said and work through it on your own. You can, for example, go into a meditation where you invite this energy in and say, this person that said this to me the first time is welcome to come to my inner child here. That's maybe, let it, whatever age it needs to be, 1 year old, 5, 8, you feel into it. You just go to the place. You can go to a playground and just and look what kind of age you are in, and then wait for the person to come that made you feel this way. And you can see the scene, and you can see that it was probably something ridiculous. Maybe the person didn't even mean to. You were so little, they couldn't tell you that they were going to the bicycle ride. They could have told you, but they didn't know you understood. You were just lying in your your crib and saying blah 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 blah. So they didn't think that they needed to tell you, so they just went, and you thought that they would never come back because the bicycle ride took 4 hours, and you were just 4 months old, and you thought like, now I'm abandoned forever and will live with the neighbor for the rest of my life. Nice. So, and then you can see it from all people's perspective. They just needed a break. The neighbor was nice enough to offer it. The parents were too stressed out to even bother with you. They just went through the door because they hadn't had a moment for themselves for 4 months. So it can be easy things like this. So usually easily fixed. But if we don't pay attention to the red flags, we will never be able to see these issues, and they will affect us stupidly for the rest of our lives in totally unnecessary. Okay. So advice for you. Clean it up. You don't need to carry around these stupid things anymore. Your person is nice enough to show it to you, but it's your job to clean it out. They have very little to do with it. Getting to the core of a situation. Freedom from burden. Cleaning house. Sweeping away what is no longer needed. Ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home? Also, too much work, overwhelmed? Time to clean house. Every item out of place matters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to the unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that just lining up for you. Clean it up. Time to clear the air. Take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours, to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. What I'm feeling also with this example that I told you, that the person said, well, they missed, everyone else besides you. It comes from this. I don't feel worthy of love. Some people, they don't just carry this silently, like I'm not worthy of love, but I will love you endlessly. And they try to display it towards others, give it away to someone else. If they feel unworthy of love, they want to make you feel unworthy of love. So this might be the reason why the person said it, not only because they are divinely directed or triggered by your projections. It's more complex than that. So they own their side of the street, you own your side of the street. But when you clean up your side, magically the other person's side usually cleans up as well. So as long as we don't start with a blame game. And this is their energy, Yang. I'm feeling like the divine would want them to take more responsibility, to instead of being like, oh, this always happened to me, people are always like this, they always tell me this, they are always... So start to take responsibility then. Stop being the, the immature person that everyone feels is hopeless. Do something about your situation. Fix it. The masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifest thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum. So they could change this if they just want to. And I feel like they have like a ignition here. They can easily use it to, I don't care. But the ignition itself, it wants to connect with you. It wants to fix things with you. But it can easily turn to them being rigid and not wanting to compromise, because they are trying to make something good for themselves, where they feel more worthy, where they feel loved. And the first thing they go to is you to feel loved. But if you will just make them feel like a hound dog, then they will go on a singles journey. Okay. Yes, it's perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny. Circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move in a relationship. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand.